So, hey guys, and welcome to Dovetail Games Train Simulator. So, back in it again, back in the classic sim, and today we're going to do a bit of a fun one, as last couple of weeks we're doing some London Underground routes. So today I thought I'd try something a little bit different, and by a little bit different, I mean they're basically the same thing, but yes, we're going to do some services in the London Overgrounds today. And in particular, the Class 3 on 3. So it's the Armstrong Powerhouse model I've got. And we'll be doing that along, I think I'll be doing two routes today. So I'll be doing Richmond to Stratford, and then also the Watford DC line. So we'll do that one first. So we've got 3 on 3, Armstrong Powerhouse. Got it in the Overground livery, 6-car sets. And first things first, we'll do the West Coast main line, which will be from Euston to Watford. So that service is about 40-45 minutes long, and so should give us a fair service. That's time's fine, weather's fine, that's all fine. So we'll go right into that, shall we? Welcome, Framing Simulator. I've not heard of Framing Simulator. What's it like? So yeah, like I say, it should be a good one. The 3 on 3 is a very fun train to drive. Especially when it comes to the second route we're doing, we do need to switch between the third rail and overhead catenary power as well. I'm trying to think as well, does no, I think it's overhead catenary along the entire Watford. Actually no, it can't be. Watford DC, that is third rail as well, so I think it's Queen's Park we need to make the change. Queen's Park or Willesden Junction, rather than swap from overhead power to third rail power. I must say, very warm in London today. Temperature outside is like 23 degrees, so certainly it's a bit of a heat one. Right, here we go. Welcome to London Euston Station. So we'll set up the train and we'll get ourselves ready to depart in just a couple of moments. Got a Virgin Voyager on the far end now departing. There'll be a few missing assets of scenario packs I don't own myself, but hopefully we should still get the full service in. So first things first, let's train up, shall we? Sets the power to neutral. Turn. We're going to be using the overhead first, so we'll raise up the pantographs. And then, also need to move the screen slightly as well. Give me 2 seconds. So, pantographs up. Reset the power. And that should be that. We'll open the doors. And now passengers to board the train. Just make sure that the headlights turned on. No destination bands, that's not applicable I'm afraid, so we'll just have a blank sign at the front, but it's not too bad. Welcome Ethan, how are you doing? How are you doing today? Train goes to the forwards, and as soon as we're ready to depart, we'll get the signal from the guards. We'll turn off the DRI. As soon as we get the 2 buzzes, we'll then be cleared to go. That's the door signal. Release the brakes and anticipation of driving. There the bings. And there goes the throttle. Initial speed is 25, so we won't go too much faster than that. Welcome AVH62, how are you doing? So initially it's a slower trip out of the station, slow trip out of Euston, but as soon as we hit the tunnels and the lines become more streamlined, the speed limits then do increase in our favour. Got another Voyager train currently sitting on the side there, waiting for a platform to free up at Euston. I also need to remember that in the 3 on 3, it's a dual throttle and brake, so 2 separate systems for that. It's not too difficult to manage, but just need to keep yourself ready. that train will be departing now. I don't think there is a passenger interior, no there's not, so we'll be stuck to the cab for the interior driving. I wish I had some PEP runs in Somerset. Yeah, maybe, actually, I can't really say maybe in the future because it's now going to be left behind. No, we'll see. Train Sim Mods 2 should be quite exciting, especially given that we are going to be running on the Watford DC. That's the Bakerloo line does also operate on. Up to 40 now speed limit, so you can put the throttle up a little bit higher now. Yeah, the speed of this train. The high speeds of the 313 as it crawls its way through North London. Actually, I'm going a little bit too fast. Just braking on quickly. There we go. And so we should soon be pulling into our first station at Euston, which is South Hampstead. The fact is I've got no route knowledge of this scenario whatsoever, and so I'll just be going back and forth between the map a few times. Need to make sure we're not going to go too fast, especially when we're going on the downhill bits of track. Going to drive all down underground when Train Sim Mod 2 comes out. Absolutely. So, welcome Trainboy 313. I see you're I presume you've got interest in the train I'm driving today, 313. Yeah, this tunnel bit's going to be the biggest portion without scenery. Once we're outside of here on our way to South Hampstead, which is just the end of this tunnel, we'll then be able to enjoy the scenery of London a little bit more. This service is guard operators, yes. We have got guards running the bell today. If I want to turn it off, then I could use the selector key here. But I think we'll use the guard for today, make service a bit more streamlined. Hacker is a serial thing. I mean, Armstrong Powerhouse stuff is generally pretty good, so... Again, ignore the scenery, which is not up to scratch. Yeah, it's absolutely fine. 313, it's a very realistic train. Playing Train Simulator 2020. Thanks for that, Benji. Alright, so across the end of the platform. And we will let the guards release the doors. Now, as you can see, there's no more overhead power. We are on third rail, meaning at this station we will need to do the switch. So we'll bring power to neutral, throttle is set to 0, braking is on full. So we will now lower the pantograph. Wait for the system to switch. We'll then push and hold the set reset key. And hopefully, with the line light switched on, press the buzzer twice, we should now be able to drive on third rail power. Oh wait, so train's forward, that'd probably help. And there we go, so we're no longer running on the overhead scenery, we are now using the third rail. Front doors don't open, so if the train is slightly off the platform, then front doors will not open in Train Simulator. So obviously my stopping there was not quite up to scratch. You have the sim, which price was kind of DLC. With Dovetail Games Train Simulator, there are sales pretty much every week, so if you wait for the next sale, which will be the summer sale, a lot of stuff will go like 75% off, which is very nice for virtually all of these routes. Got a Tesco Climate Rail train to the left. here we go. Now coming up to our next station. So 3 on 3. Normally when I enter a station I'll go for around 30 miles per hour. But just because the braking on this train is generally not as strong as most others, I usually go to around 20, just kind of slowly bring it into the station. 13 likes, thanks for liking the streamer, needs to be the biggest, he deserves it. Cheers man, I'm glad people do appreciate the contents. So nice and slowly into South Hampstead, and this time, as we'll stop before the end of the platform, the front doors will open properly. There we go. So in a short bit, we'll then be coming into connection with the Bakerloo line. That'll be at Queen's Park. We'll run alongside the Bakerloo until Harrow and Wealdstone, and then thereafter we'll be on our own, running to Watford Junction. So wait for the doors now to close. We'll let the guards ring the bell. We'll bring back the brakes, ready to depart. And let us go. What have I done wrong there? Line is on. What have I done wrong? Trains in forwards. Brakes released. Power in. Oh, the doors haven't closed. Sods. The guard did ring me twice to depart. So I'm not quite sure why the doors are still open. Okay, we'll do that again. Much better. Obviously there was like a late comer to the platform or something, and so the guard decided that it would be best to allow trains to depart. Normally it's one ring on the buzzer to mean stop. Not quite sure what happened there. Never tried to assign hardware to controls. Is it possible to use your throttle quadrant to control these levers? I don't think so. Actually, possibly. Train Sim Mod you can't, but that's until they introduce direct inputs. But for Train Sim World, so Train Simulator, I think it already has that support. If Rail Driver supports it, then I think your joystick will as well. Then you go near the Bakerloo line. So we're actually coming up to the Bakerloo line now. That'll be our next station. The little steep bit of track to our right, that's there, is the Bakerloo line tunnel. So we now run alongside the which was done it properly. So we're going to now run alongside the Bakerloo line, and that'll be all the way to Watford Junction. And so in the West Coast Main Line, Bakerloo line is represented by the 1972 stocks. Again, apologies for any floating milk bottles. At some point I will complete all the parts of this West Coast Main Line. May wait for the sale myself actually. There's a long list of required add-ons. I've only got about half of them. So I do apologise to the developer. But I'm not quite getting the best out of this. Right. Welcome to Queen's Park. Now you go from Leighton Buzzard to Clapham Junction, and Clapham Junction to Lewis, and Lewis Bishopstone. So our next scenario after this one, we'll do then the length from Richmond to Stratford, which goes via Clapham Junction. In fact, I believe Clapham Junction is also on this route as well. No, it's Wealdstone Junction, sorry. It's Wealdstone Junction we go through. Welcome Raymond, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chats. Right, doors close. Two dings on the guard buzzer, and let's get going. following Queen's Park. Next station will be Kensal Green. Should be 45 mph is the limit. Yes, it is. And it's 45 actually entire length to Watford. So I see different underground trains for after the train at Imperial Wharf, just for Clapham Junction. Different underground trains. I don't think you have underground going to Clapham Junction. Unless Elephant Castle's nearby. I don't think it is. Alright, so we'll start slowing for the next station. Again, the braking is really not that powerful on this thing. You've really got to judge it slowly in the 313. I wouldn't say it's my most confident train, that's for sure. So the 313 was actually built in the 1960s. Until recently, it was the oldest rolling stock, still in active use in the UK. And that ran on the Great Northern. In fact, I believe it still runs on Southern as well, on very few services though. But yeah, it's definitely an oldie. Definitely a classic train. Welcome, Legend FIFA, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat. 1974 to 19, thank you very much. And I believe there is still a couple, because the 313 came as a family of trains, so there's a couple of like from the same generation, very similar body, external shell, and yeah, the 313 I think was one of the more longer living ones. Right. Yeah, it's a good thing the pantograph down because this train just about fits. With the 507, 314 and 315, thank you. So they all share the family of 313s. Are there any aerodynamic style trains in the UK? Aerodynamic, I presume you mean shape-wise. Yes, there's a couple of them. So you've got the Class 290 Pendolino, which is what runs on the West Coast Main Line. You've got the Class 395, which is the Javelin on South Eastern Railway. You have the Class 800 sets of trains, which run on the East Coast Main Line, West Coast Main Line, and Great Western as well. So that's the 800, 801, and 802. Yes, Virgin. So that's the Class 390 Pendolino. You could also count the Javelin as well, but well, no one counts a Javelin. Who knows what I'm thinking there? Yes, so last year, December 19, Avanti West Coast took over from Virgin Trains. I know, I was on the very last service out of Birmingham to London, and also featured on a TV series about it as well. If you look online for Drawyah Virgin Trains, then you get to see a little bit of a cool thing I did on the vlog. And if you ever saw the, what's it called? It was The Station Trouble on the Tracks. The last episode, episode 3, they did a piece on Virgin Trains. And yeah, started by yours truly. I'm going to miss the station a little bit, because obviously I did not brake too well here at all. So you've got to be very fine with the 313. Where can you see the Javelin? The Javelin runs out of Southeastern, runs on Southeastern out of, it's HS1, so it's out of King's Cross St Pancras. So, now at Clapham Junction. Overground runs just about everywhere here. Actually, no, it's not Clapham yet. Wilson, sorry. I keep getting my Clapham Wilson confused. I don't know why. the signal. And let's get going. Also, I should change that. We're a 6-hour train, not a 3. Got a freighter just on the left hand side there. After Euston Junction. Our next station is Euston. Also, we are going to go underneath the main line now, as we'll be switching over to the left hand side. I'm not doing too bad, Norwegian. How are you doing? Welcome to the chats. So that's the feeling better than Saturday, that's for sure. Saturday was tiring, 19 hours in the 787, but it was worth it. £425 in the end went to a charity. £425 and 77 pence, which is a fantastic amount. And again, a massive thank you to everyone who threw money at that charity stream. So now going to climb back out. Next station is Euston. I'm sure as we don't actually swap flights just yet. Sorry, we managed to switch a bit further down the line before Wembley. Ooh, that's very loud from the freighter. Completely drowned out the own sounds. Saw a video trains at Harrow and Wealdstone, and the underground train outside Harrow and Wealdstone, and it's on the other platform. Yes, so London Underground's trains do terminate at Harrow and Wealdstone. That's the Bakerloo line. They'll terminate at Bakerloo, head over to a siding just after the station, and then reverse back in again. Yes, it's Bakerloo line. Bakerloo line is the only underground train that stops at Harrow and Wealdstone. And all of a sudden it's just freight train after freight train. Got class 66, and what's leading this one? So loud. Oh, it's a 47. Oh gosh, okay. It's an old one as well. Right, doors are closing. Brakes off. And let's get going. Doors are open again, because again, it's when a passenger ends up on the platform. If a passenger spawns on the platform, there goes another one. By the looks of things, the guard will then take over and reopen the door. They did me one station already, and they've gone and done it again. Yes, Elephant Castle, also where the Bakerloo line terminates. Alright, ring the buzzer. And this time we'll get going before they reopen the doors. Obviously we've got well, certainly a friendly guard if they're allowing passengers to jump on the train just before you depart. Oops, a bit too fast am I? Yeah, it's 45 minutes. Anyway, Stonebridge Park, next station. Bakerloo line to our right hand sides. Small section gaps, so that is something that the Huron 3 does simulate as well. If you're on a bit of rail with no power. In fact, that's something that a lot of train simulator stuff simulates as well, which is power gaps. So if you're on a third rail train and there's a long period of track where there's no third rail, then power cuts because there's nothing giving power to the train. Welcome Davey, how are you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to this chat. Sounds heaven, 3 is amazing. I think from your username, I think you can guess that from you. brakes. Should be able to stop here, no problem. Yeah, we'll be fine. Just a little bit more power in. And stop. I'm not doing too bad, Davey. It's very warm today. Very warm in London. Perhaps a bit too warm. Got another thing inside. Not many 390 Pendolinos. I think that's down to the fact that if you don't have the advanced version TS Pro, which is no longer on sale, you know what? The guards keep opening the door again. I'm just going to take control myself. Door operation driver controlled. I've got the two door open switches. And door close will be controlled by myself as well. And as much as I'd like to drive this guard, he keeps opening doors every few seconds and it just adds delay to the service. So, I've kicked the guard off. It's now me and only me. Make sure you stop at Wembley Central on the Bakerloo line. Yes, so Bakerloo line does stop at Wembley Central. The Bakerloo line runs on the surface line between Queen's Park and... Let's bring that back. Queen's Park and Harrow and Wealdstone. And that 47 is going to be running alongside the entire way, isn't it? What's my favourite train? I've always quite liked the Class 166. The 165, 166. There we go. Yep, Wembley Stadium is visible just to the right over there. You can see the arch of it, especially as you get towards Wembley Central. So a few more supervisors to our right hand sides. Can you donate to? If you want to, you can have a super chat, or there is a donation link in the description as well. But do note that the charity stream, that one has since concluded, so yeah, it's your choice, man. Any donations do go back to the channel, and so in this case it will likely be spent on a DLC pack for Train Sim to go and get a bit more of the West Coast mainline scenery. Right, so we've now passed underneath the West Coast mainline fast lines. Watford DC is now on the outside, and we'll stay on the outside for the remainder of its service. Next station, Wembley Central. It's going to be a little bit slower right now because we are going on an uphill bit of track. Our next station, right up ahead. It's not going to be too much of a problem for us. Right, welcome to Wembley. So, rest of the stations are North Wembley, South Kenton, Northwick Park, Harrow and Wealdstone, Headstone Lane, Hatch End, Carpenter's Park, Bushy, Watford High Street, and then Watford Junction where we'll terminate. So it's got a fair few stations left to go. Probably around maybe the midpoint at this time. Although as we leave the London area, the distance between stations do start to grow as well. And Watford High Street is quite a fun little station as well, as it runs underneath the main line as well. What happens if the stream continues for 3 hours and 30 minutes? Don't know if we're going to quite hit that long. Oops, and certainly not going to hit that many views as well. Let me guess, doors open. Oh no, we're going. You can never guess with this guards. Yeah, I don't think we get 313 today. Certainly not 313 comments. And 313 people watching would be more of a dream than anything else. We have 13 people watching. Just another 300 to go, I guess. So what have I done? Nothing. Alright, next station is Harlesden. Nope, I lie. It's North Wembley. North Wembley, then the 2 Kentons, then we're at Harrow and Waddstone. Milton Keynes, Bletchley. We're not going to go that far. We're not going to go Milton Keynes to Brompton. This is London Overground, not Southern. That's at the front. Matchy door, lift lever, operate lever handle. What do you mean won't let you donate? What are you trying to use? It should just be streamlabs.com/Drawyah. Or if using Super Chat, then Super Chat's usually pretty good on its own. Ah, Milton Keynes to East Croydon. Okay. Check speed limit, still 45. I believe after Harrow and Waddstone speed limit does increase again. And that is with the drop of the Bay Clue line. So 1972 stocks, which are fairly old, fairly slow, no longer causes the main line to slow down as well. Probably coming in a little bit too fast for the station, admittedly. But we'll leave it on the brakes, we'll see what happens. Oh no, I think it's actually managed it quite nicely, actually. If you run through, so it's not the most confidence, but certainly doable. He says that while slightly overrunning the platform. As long as the door's on the platform, which it is, we'll be alright. How fast can 1972 stock go? 1972 stock is limited to 45 miles per hour. The train at this point is now, what? 48 years old, so certainly not going to go up to its original speeds anymore. Surprised I think it can even still run. The old UK trains certainly built like brick houses. Nothing brings them down. slow, but again, London Underground stations are very frequent. So you don't need speed to be brutally honest to get between them all. It's 47 still catching up with us, but now held at a red signal. Next station for us is South Kenton. Sorry, next station for us is Kenton. So we have 2 more stops until the Bakerloo line splits. Is best X-Plane. I like X-Plane. I've never had a problem with that platform. Welcome Hornet, how you doing? Welcome Chow, welcome to the chat. So in a short bit, we'll be crossing underneath the Metropolitan and Chiltern main lines. And coming to our next station now. Let's slow down. I'm not so sure about that. Hijacking a Cessna. Good luck with it, I guess. Nice and slowly across the end of the platform. And stop. So if 1972 is going 45, 1972 was years later, 1975, 3 is around 90. Fact is, one of them's built as a deep level metro train, while the other one is built for long distance passenger services. So different speeds may comes down to the fact that they do run very different service types as well. I mean, the Metropolitan line, for example, with the A stock, which was from 1960, that could run up to a good 80 miles per hour, no problem. Although towards its end of life, so that was after 2008, they limited speeds to 45 because high speeds mean that the train started to slow down. And the faster it went, basically the more likely it was to break apart. Sorry about that. Obviously, one freight service got in the way of that one. Very loud trains. Right, now leaving Kenton. And the Bakerloo line to our right. And our next station is Harrow and Wealdstone, where the Bakerloo line will now terminate. So after this station, we'll be entirely on our own. Kensington Olympia. I'm not quite sure where Keshington comes from, because it's pronounced Kensington. Right. Welcome to Harrow and Wealdstone. Change here for the Bakerloo line. Are you in Toga? Take off, go around is not so much a mode that trains use. Right, so Harrow and Wealdstone. This is the terminus of the Bakerloo line, and also you get some services stopping here as well on the main line. Can you say... I'm not quite sure what that means, so I'd rather stay on the safe side and say no to that. There comes a capital star on the platform towards Euston. 378. It's an Electro Star. Very similar, in fact, to the 387 on the Great Western, but different front ends to remove the carriage gangways. Yeah, I don't think it does. Right, up to 45 miles per hour. At this point, the Bay Clear line is now no longer running with us, and there's now a few more miles travel between station as we now leave London. Fun fact: Watford is not in London. Regardless of what people tell you, Watford is not a London borough. It's its own town in its own right. It just happens to be on the inside of the M25. Glad I got that cleared up. No, this is not an IS approach. Right, let's go out to our next station. Thank you for following, much appreciated. Much appreciated. Let's get a little bit more anything to get to the end of the platform. Yeah, go a little bit more forward since the red train's not quite in the station just yet. Perfect. Another 47 on the passenger ones. In fact, two. In fact, that's the 47 from earlier. That was like a red signal. Hopefully, now that it's ahead of us, we can continue on without the loud sounds of its engines jumping right in. Guys can barely hear me when it's running. Always knew Watford was a separate town thing, as it's probably really close to London. People thought it's London. The facts people believe it's within London mainly stems from the facts that, one, it's on the London Underground map, and then the Underground service stops at it, the Metropolitan line, and the fact that it's within the M25 as well. And most people see M25 as London. And so if people who live in Watford, they'll call themselves Londoners, but for everybody else in London, they will not call Watford people Londoners. Oh look, it's like another red signal, so we're going to have to listen to its engine sounds anyway. At 47. Thank you for following. Thank you. Up to Hatch End now. It's not too far from Watford Junction. Once we're at the stop, we'll then go through the rest of the stations. The Hatch End used to have an extended platform, but a lot of it was decommissioned when Silverlink was taken out of service. So the Watford DC used to be operated by Silverlink trains, which is what livery this is. In 2006, when the London Overground became a thing, it took all the ring rail lines within London and converted them into TfL services, and they replaced it with London Overground, so you can see where the Silverlink logo used to be, and they just stuck a decal on top of that. 3-on-3s were mostly then replaced with 378 Electrostars, apart from a single 168 on the Gospel Oak to Barking line, so the Goblin, and then until that was electrified, 378s came in. The 378s are now being replaced with, I think they're 712s, but I'm not quite sure which classification number the new trains have. Not ridden them myself yet, but they look alright. But, yes. That was Hatch End. So, after Hatch End, it is Carpenter's Park, Bushy, Watford High Street, and Watford Junction before we terminate. And so yeah, the 3-on-3 is now mostly out of service. There is still the odds line that runs as part of the Elizabeth line, or TfL Rail, between Shenfield and Liverpool Street. And then also you have the other branch, which no one ever uses, between Romford and Emerson Park. So it used to be a connection from the Great Eastern Main Line and also the Districts Line. And a bit uses underground, so underground train to Elephant and Castle. Yes, so London Undergrounds is the line that runs from Harrow and Boylstone, where we've just left, and also you've got Elephant and Castle where it terminates. And then between Elephant and Castle and Queen's Park, that bit's entirely underground. East Coast Way and West Coast Way in Sussex. I'm not sure why it... Okay, I'm not quite sure why it sent Sussex, but thanks for that restream. Alright, so there's another capital star just departing from Carpenter's Park. And we will now enter. Welcome Leonardo, how are you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat. So our next station following will be Bushy, where we then split away from the West Coast Main Line and run on the Watford line. As we're at Watford High Street, we should also be able to spot the former line to thingy. So the Metropolitan Line project. I can't remember its name. Saved my life. What was it called? No. In this train, there's no passenger view available, I'm afraid. What was the Metropolitan Line project, which would connect the train... Croxley, the Croxley Rail Link. So, the original Croxley line used to connect at Watford High Street, and also used to run through Watford Hospital, Vicarage Road Stadium, and one other station as well, before terminating at a roundabout. The line was taken out of use in 1996, but it was supposed to be a part of the Metropolitan Line, which would then remove its service to Watford Met, and instead now terminates at Watford Junction. But as it became too expensive and too little use would be available for it, the branch to Croxley will no longer be a operational service. It's going to be replaced by a bus route, but I know that the council do want to try and get that service in action anyway. Problem is, no one's funding it anymore. So we should be able to spot the track path once it gets to High Street. Next station is Bushy, the scene of a crash a couple of years ago. So a couple of years ago there was in the 1960s, 1970s, there was a crash at Bushy, which was caused by a derailed train impacting a platform. Platform 3 on the fast line was an absolute wreck, and was a wreck until 2013 when they repaired it. And so, while it's now back in its full action, full service, certainly a lot of change in that station since. Well, thank you, Castle the Train Inspector. Thank you very much on Twitch. Yeah, no worries, Denise. So you can looks like your name's in Crash as well. In Craps. Welcome, Sasson. How you doing? Alright, so welcome to Bushy. Welcome, Sachin. How you doing? Welcome to the chats. So we currently sits now at Bushy. Next station, Watford High Street, and then Watford Junction, where this service will terminate. Also, as I say, you've got the West Coast Main Line fast platforms over to the side here. You can see this platform, well, there was a platform here at one point, but has since been at least demolished in this phase. The platform has been reinstated, but no trains stop here. Just then got a few more platforms here for the fast services, and then we've got the sideline for the DC. Yes, this is a 6-car Armstrong Powerhouse 313. How long left? 2 more stations for this line, and then we're going to do the next service, which is from Richmond to Stratford. Yeah, we're running a 6-car train. It's 2-3 sets put together. We're now on the Watford Viaduct. Speed limit here is 35 now, so we won't go too fast. So now on the Watford Viaducts. Over there is the Bushy Viaduct, which the main line goes on. And then we will start to descend as we now need to go underneath city centre. Anna Maria, how are you doing? Whoa! Okay. I didn't think we're going too fast. All of a sudden the train starts tilting and I don't think that was meant to happen, no. Well then. A round of applause for me, your train driver that takes great pride and care into his services. That was not supposed to happen. Okay, give me 2 seconds to save this. Let's go mainline south. Scenario was Euston. So what's Euston to what's the junction? country was United Kingdom. That's fine. This resets the whistle boards. Yeah, that was certainly not meant to happen. Right, I'll do the other service now, and we'll try not to... I mean, I checked the speed limit as well. Obviously, I just didn't do it properly. Right, Richmond's to Stratford. We'll load up this service. We'll get the second one going. Take a few minutes to load with OBS running at the same time. I've never done that before. In all my years of Train Simulator, I have never gone and derailed the train before. It really is the first time for everything. I didn't even know you could derail a 313. That was a heavy train, that. Whoops. Oh well. You win some, you lose some, and unfortunately that was a massive, massive L on my part. Let's load up the North London line, and let's give this one a go, shall we? So once again, there will be a switch between overhead catenary and third rail, though that one happens a bit further on than our first station compared to the Watford DC. Maybe at some point again we'll redo the Watford DC and try not to end up on our side. Whoops. Sorry about that, guys. I know a lot of you do like your realism, and that was wholly unintentional. I had no no wants to do that, but ended up being what the case was. Alright, welcome to Richmond, where both the Overground and Districts lines terminate. I don't think there is a through platform. There is one service that obviously goes a bit further south, but that will probably be southern actually. Right, let's set this one up, shall we? So, lights, sets, train into neutral. Clear the alarm. This is going to be a third rail section, so I'll make sure that the pantograph is down. And we will reset the power. We should be right out though, because we have got line in. We'll open the doors, we'll reset the DRI, and let's get going shortly. Have you got the route into Old Broad Street Station? I don't think I do. What's the name of the service? What's the name of the service so I can have a look? Let's change to Ford as well. Welcome Abdul, how are you doing? Oh, the treble 99p. I'd love to find out what restaurant that's from, because unfortunately it's not McDonald's. Right, doors close. Wait for the bell. And train will get going. Hopefully. There we go. The map. So the map is called Third Rails, and what it does is it tracks your train simulator position and then uploads it onto an online server. I quite like it. It's kind of like a Projects Fly, but for train sim. I didn't know about it until fairly recently myself. I'm quite surprised by that, because it's a very good tool, but not a very popular one. Welcome, Cyrus, how are you doing? Welcome to the chats. So by backdate, and it's there. I'll take a look. Right, up to 35 for our first leg, and we will go at 35. Because we now know what happens when we don't go at 35. What we do 4K subs, not too sure yet. Haven't really thought about it. I mean, what am I on now? 3.5? 3.5, 4.8. So I've still got 500 more to go. That's going to be maybe 6-7 months for me. So I've got plenty of time for the 4K sub stream. So yeah, the maps of this is a tool called Third Rails. It's a free map to download. and it tracks your train simulator position and sticks it onto a map, which you can then share like a project supply system. Very good tool, highly recommended, free to download. Again, not quite sure why it's not more popular than it actually is. Third rails. Right, first station just coming up now. Kew Gardens. I've never actually been to Kew Gardens. My family have. At some point I should pay it a visit. Yep, just like Project Fly. So you can record your maps and then you can share them onto their own whistle board. It doesn't work with Train Sim Worlds, but I'm not sure, because the way that Train Simulator works, it has got the real world coordinates in. Something I'm not sure the Unreal Engine supports, so one of the benefits of the older engine. And yeah, it's a very, very good tool at what it does. Very simple, but it does its job, and it does its job well. Put a little more oomph into the train. It's right to the end of the platform. Perfect. Quite a staggered platform at Kew Garden. The southbound stops a lot shorter than the northbound. Got the River Thames just up ahead, so we'll be crossing that in a couple of minutes. It's got also like a hospital just up here as well. Whoops, see look, that wasn't me, that was the guard. For some reason the guard sometimes opens the door again. I'm not quite sure why he does that. Only works on Train Sim 2020, not Train Sim World. Yeah, so only works on Train Simulator, not Train Sim World. One time I trained derailed on Train Sim World as well. Yeah, I'm not sure how I managed to derail off here on 3 earlier. We were so close as well. We had 2 stops left before the service ended, but sadly I went and messed that one up. Let's get going. Oh yeah, and also one of the things with that as well. So in Project Fly, you can track your flights on the map. In Third Rails, you can track my train on the map as well. So you can open up the Third Rails radar and then just zoom into London, spot my train driving as well. Train did the barrel roll. Gosh, that must have been a hectic one. Next station is Gunnersby. Now crossing the River Thames. That was a AWS indicator there. So next signal, let's have a look what aspect colour it is. I've seen funnier crashes. Alright. Let's stop now for our next station. Down to 50 miles per hour. So it's a very slow entry point here. Cousin's a pilot and loves it. At home flight sim, he never of it. Never off it. It's nice to hear. I mean, certainly I enjoy flying as well. and I do use X-Plane quite a lot. And also, can't wait to see the future of Flight Sim as well through Microsoft's. There's a new Microsoft Flight Simulator platform looking very exciting. Yes, I've seen this ad a couple of times. Well, I've seen the underground version, not the overground. Waiting for the next train won't hurt you. Basically, you don't rush for a train, the next one's only a few seconds away. And running for a train will either cause you to slip and fall or get caught in the doors. Both of which are not very fun to do. Don't worry, I can't tell you from experience, because I've never done that. What map is this, and have you done driving train sim down Cornwall, Cornish Main Line of Branches, your home county? So this is the North London line, from Richmond to Stratford. Have I ever done anything down Cornwall? I have done the, what's it called? The Riviera line. I've not streamed it, but the Riviera line I have done a couple of times my own. Certainly a good Steam map, that one for sure. New Flight Sim is top notch, he says. Absolutely. It looks fantastic. Low percentage chance of train crash survival. I'm not quite sure what you're on about there, Sketchy. I'm just going to turn my wipers on for some reason. Welcome to South Acton. See you later, family vlogs. Talk to you later. Take care. A little bit more forward actually, just get to the end of the platform. And stop. Have I got the complete route from Paddington to London? No, I don't. It's a long one, I can imagine, but not one that I own personally, I'm afraid. Why are you waiting so far down the platform? I'm telling him to do that one time. Yes, I don't own the routes, but maybe at some point if I do pick them all up. If I own Train Sim World, so if Train Sim World 2 gets new routes, you got to have a go. So we're now leaving South Acton. Our next station is South Acton, sorry. Where are we? Oh, what's South Acton's? Next station is Acton Central. Didn't realise we were that central already. Acton having the most stations with its namesake at 5. We've got, we'll go through all the Acton stations in a couple of moments. Let's get the train to stop first. Yes, Acton is a very blessed city, or blessed town, when it comes to having a train station. You've got so many options, so many lines, it's crazy. So, South Acton, you've got Well, Acton, you've got South Acton, you've got Acton Central, West Acton, North Acton, East Acton, Acton Main Line, and that is that. So you've got one, oh, and yeah, West Acton as well. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stations in Acton with the Acton name. Acton Central next, yes. So it should also mean we'll be crossing over the Central line very shortly as well. Currently you're at South Acton. I remember doing what exactly you're doing now. Will there be a 350AI for Bakerloo on Harrow? I don't know, I'm afraid. I'm not the right person to ask for that. Sound the horns, we cross a level crossing. Where's the power? Ah, hang on, I'm an idiot. We've crossed over to over Tinnery. Okay, give me 2 seconds. You should have been at the station, but pantograph goes up. Let's make sure that train is in neutral. Sorry, I didn't realise that the power had changed there, so we'll reset that. 25 kilovolts line. Train goes in forwards. And now, if we release the brakes, should be able to move the overhead power lines, because third rail has come to an end. Is there an actual gardener service today? Yes, there is a gardener service. So you can turn the guard on and off by inputting the driver operation key into the side there. Yep, pantograph's been raised. Don't you worry. See, it's up to 45 now, so you can start to stretch our train's legs a bit. Next station, Acton Central. I'm not sure, is that a police car in the game, or is that a police car in real life? I think it's in the game. Right, back on the power a little bit now, and in a couple of moments, oh, not stopping just yet, got plenty of time. So, we are now crossing the Great Western Main Line. That's GWR to Paddington. And just there is Old Oak Common. We'll now be crossing over the Central Line. So that's the Central Line and Chiltern Northvolt's new main line, which is now no longer in action. And then heading over the Old Oak Common Railway Depot, which is to our right. So there's quite a fair few lines that kind of branch off from this one section. Great Western was first, then you had the Chiltern Main Line, the Great Central Railway that connects off of that, which is well, kind of spurs off the new Norfolk's main line. And last year, so that they could build the Elizabeth Line station, so they could build the HS2 station, they decommissioned Old Oak Common and removed the old track. We're now about to cross over the West Coast Main Line, as well as the Bakerloo and Watford DC lines. And then very shortly we'll make our stop at our next station, Willesden Junction. Glitch on just train the East Coast Main Line, where a police car speeds in front of you near level crossing. Don't know about that one. I don't even know that many Just Trains routes. I own the the Metropolitan line. I also own the Midland Main Line and the Chiltern to Aylesbury. I'm not sure about Chiltern to Birmingham. It's one of those where I could pick it up, but I don't know. It's not the best once you get outside of London. In fact, they've used S stocks on the Central line as well, which runs alongside it at West Ruislip. I don't know, it's just something about that line I'm not so keen on. We'll try and push it to the right end of the platform because we're not quite in there yet. It's going to be tight, that's for sure. Go on, rear door's open. Nah, just too shy, just too short. S-Lock Dress Train sounds so bad. There is a free mod on the Alan Thompson website, which does greatly improve them. The fact is, Just Trains, when it comes to recording audio, they had access to one of the testing units for the S-Stock, so S-Stock 001. S-Stock 001 has a different motor to the rest of them, so that motor is the same as the 2009 stock on the Victoria line. I believe it has since now been replaced with the standard S-Stock motors, but essentially there is one train that has a different audio, and Just Trains got permission to record that one. So there's a freeware mod, like I say, out there, which you can replace the motor sounds to be much more kind of standard. Right, now leaving Wilson Junction, the next station is going to be Shepherd's Bush. Uh, 1992 stock will sound like 2009 NES because 92 has been fitted with AC motors. Yeah, so the 1992 stock on the Central line is now getting new motors fitted, and they'll be the same as the 2009 stock. The S stock is different motors. It's AC, but different style of motor, more powerful, and therefore has a slightly different sound to it as well. So it's AC, but different type. You leaving, Palu? Sorry? B. If you're leaving, take care. Talk to you later. Next station. Is it Kensal Rise, sorry, coming up? Not Shepherd's Bush. Where's Shepherd's Bush then? Ah, sorry, my mistake then. Shepherd's Bush is going towards Clapham Junction. So that's going the other way, sorry. Not what I think it is. So, Kensal Rise, next station. The S-Lock is a bigger version of 2009. I don't think it is. Similar cabin setups, but they are different trains. Bombardier built the the S stock and the 2009 stock. I'm not sure who built those. 2009 stock was built by okay, so it's also Bombardier. Similar in some aspects, but they are ultimately different trains with different characteristics. So, if we're actually going via that way, because yeah, sorry, I thought we were going on the southbound track. We're going via Shepherd's Bush all the way to Clapham Junction. No. Next station is Brondesbury Park, then it's Brondesbury, West Hampstead, Hampstead Heath, Gospel Oak. We'll go via the Goblin. Then it's Kentish Town West, Camden Roads, Caledonian Road and Barnsby. It's Highbury and Islington, Canonbury, Dalston and Kingsland, Hackney Downs, Hackney Central, Hackney Wick, Homerton, Hackney Wick, and then Stratford, where it then terminates. So it's got a fair few more stations to stop at. A little bit longer before we come to a halt. If you have South London network, should do Battersea Park to Surrey Quays. I have got South London, and yeah, at some point I could easily do that as well. And halt. Just go a bit more further to get those trains to the platform. And now we can stop. Yeah, it's the interior of the 313. It's definitely an old train. And as a result, it has more comfy seats than a lot of the new stock. It's one of the reasons I kind of prefer some of the older trains. And that is they're a lot more comfortable than what you'd get on a lot of more modern stuff. Seats are nice and spongy. The fabric's really well built. Although it was built at a time where trains were not so busy and most people drove cars. Nowadays floor space is prime, and therefore having this kind of seat that sticks out and gets in the middle of the pathway, there's no way that accepts that. So have a 2x2 and an extra floor space. Yeah, so once they service, it goes from 11 PM or 5 in the morning and is run as a parliamentary service just to keep the line open. At some point they may convert it to a full service, but at the moment there's no plans for that just yet. Next station, Bronsby. Yeah, short platform, so the rear set of doors will not open at this station. East London Line train sim. Apparently there is. Apparently there is an East London Line in train sim somewhere. And you can run over the Overground or the... it's actually the C-stock that the video uses, but if you have a Google, there actually is one somewhere that you can use. I only found out about it today. Just came across it on the video. It certainly looks interesting. You think when Battersea Power Station projects will be done, then you'll see more services, yes. You've also got the Northern Line, which also go to Battersea Power Station as well, once the extension's been done there. Oh, okay, I was expecting more of a view of the train, not just the power line, but actually that's quite a high bridge that, isn't it? Fair enough. Next station, West Hampstead. So that over there was the Metropolitan line and Jubilee lines. And then to our north, we also have the Thameslink lines as well, which runs between Brighton and Peterborough. No, Peterborough's the other branch. This will be the one to St Albans City. And Luton Airport Parkway for the longer services. Yeah, my stopping's way off today. Go forward a little bit more. Right, now we stop. So if you head up to the main roads, the station building here is now completely different. They've rebuilt West Hampstead Overground, New station house to the side, and a new staircase that goes down below. At some point they may connect it to over here, which is West Hampstead on the Metropolitan and Jubilee lines, which you can see has fantastic levels of detail. And over here you've then got the Thameslink platform. So you've got Thameslink. Over here we've got a freight line as well, non-powered. And these are run by Class 700 trains. Doors opening, aren't they? Oh no, why are we not going them? Apart from rolling back downhill. Set to the overhead power, which is no problem. Perhaps it's just a steep bit of track that's. Why are we rolling backwards? There we go. I just need a bit of a run up there. Yes, Backdate Train Sim has a East London line. I need to download it myself actually. Have a look at it in a bit more detail. I've seen a single video on it, and that was earlier today. Definitely brought some interest on, a bit of intrigue. Next station, Finchley Road and Frognall. So after this, we're going to head underground a little bit, head through the heart of London. So we are currently at a Zone 2 area now, but we do run through basically the heart of London before making our way out. No worries, Saturn. Talk to you later. I do apologise. Very warm in the UK today. Very warm. So, next station's going to be Hampstead Heath. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 stations before we come to our terminus. Also, we have got cab lights which you can also turn on. Probably will do. Clear the AWS. Does the RA come on? I don't think it has. Although it has lights changed. We are hopefully going to stop here, but coming in way too fast for Hampstead Heath. It's going to be a tight one, but I don't think we're going to make it. Kind of. We kind of made it. As long as passengers can board and deboard, that'll be alright. Yes, so Hampstead Heath, one of the more posher bits of London, right here in the centre. Must be interesting living in one of these houses. You have your back garden, which is just London Overground trains. You also have the little patio bit here, which I guess you can peer down as well. So now departing Hampstead Heath. And they're going to be travelling through North London. Let's take to 45 and let's get ready to stop at Gospel Oak. It's down to 20 now, so we do need to start slowing down. So, Gospel Oak, the terminus for the Goblin, the Gospel Oak sparking line. At this point, it's non-powered, and so it will be run by diesel trains, but it has since been electrified, and services now also use the Goblin to get to Barking and terminates from Richmond. So speed limit should now increase again as soon as we leave the station. A bit faster than the measly 20 we've got at the moment. Yeah, up to 35. Three-day sale. Check out 3-day sale, extra store deals in store. You have a camera, you have some food of some sort, and a TV. Great deals. Overtrains use Barking and other routes. Yes, so I have actually got Gospel Oak to Barking. The route's great, the train not so. The 168 that it uses defaults, certainly to be desired. Nope. I mean, the gear changes, for example, that's all done by sound. Doesn't actually change the gear. The RPM doesn't move around. I wouldn't mind seeing a enhancement to that as well at some point. I think actually Armstrong Powerhouse have got an enhancement pack for it. I need to do a check, but yeah, certainly a line I'd like to see an upgrade for. What's up now? Shadow braking, brakes released. There we go. Tracing 172s. Sure thing. So, now leaving Gospel Oak, we're now going to travel through North London. Up to 45 speed limits. So far I've now travelled 10 miles since starting at Richmond. A fair distance so far. You can see the BT Tower just up ahead. Welcome to Kentish Town West. Again, another station that's just a bit too short for the 313. Later trains do fit on here, so the 5-car Capital Stars do make a better fit for these stations, as this is a 5-car set, not a 6-car. 6-car sets would have had the rear doors not open, and that would have been managed by the guards. But since there is now no more guard in operation, and with different platform bearing lengths, it's just easy to have 5-car sets, with more legroom, allowing passengers to board and deboard through all of that. I was at the back and up in the front carriage. Sounds good. Down to 20 miles per hour, so put the brakes back on. And we'll now be connecting up with another line which runs alongside the right. Another construction site. Passed through quite a lot of those actually. And that goes right into our next station of Camden Road. So Camden Road being another one of those stations where it's got an extended platform, but partially has been disused due to train lengths. You can see where it's... whoops, we'll stop that actually first and then we'll look at the platform here. And there we go. So yeah, where the platform's longer than it needs to be, what you can then do is decommission past the platform and kind of let nature reclaim that. So you've got all of this section which is just left, and then you've got to where the line is, kind of where you then have got the platform commissioned, and all that gets maintained, gets up to date. So quite a few stations on the Overgrounds do it, where the platform lengths are just too long. West Coast Main Line also has quite a few of those, but for the most part, the extension bits which are no longer in use have now been taken out of service. With the Goblin routes, you can veer to the left, yes. So we're going to take the track to the left now. Signal for that to listen up. Keep it at 40 for a little bit. Then perhaps at the next station we'll see how the speed limit changes for that. We are now crossing over the West Coast Main Line, which is underground actually. This is the mile-long tunnel that goes underneath it, to be fair. But yes, now passing the West Coast Main Line. And also, I presume the East Coast is coming up as well. There we go. East Coast Main Line. Next station, Caledonian Road. Nice and slowly. And halt. So Caledonian Road and Barnsbury, sorry. Station has seen a bit of redevelopment in recent years, and now has all new platform bridge, all new lifts, and slightly more modern than it used to be. And again, bit of platform now decommissioned and out of service. So this one has been fenced up, unlike a lot of the other stations. Train door will close. Brakes release. Power in. Got a capital sign now passing through here as well. I don't think it's a stopping service. I think the one that runs alongside us passes through. So at this point there are two lines of the Overgrounds that run alongside each other. Now coming up towards Highbury Station. The former interchange for the former Arsenal football stadium at Highbury. Highbury and Islington. Also interchange point with the Great Northern Main Line, and also yeah, it's just Great Northern actually. I don't think there's any other underground trains that stop here. It used to be Northern Line, but no, it's Victoria Line that still stops there. And actually, I was here not too long ago. I've got an uncle that lives nearby. Doesn't quite look this barren, admittedly, but it is a massive centre here. And Highbury Town Hall should just be down one of these roads. Our son supports Arsenal. I'm a Chelsea fan myself. I've got no thing for the Gooners. So now departing Highbury and Islington. Next station is Canonbury. After Canonbury, it will be Darlington, Kingsland, Hackney Downs, Hackney Central, Hymerton, Hackney Wick, and then Stratford, where we'll terminate. So not far along to go now. Canonbury station next. See, there's a capital also stops. Oh gosh, we've only been live for 2 hours now. 1:46. Yeah, welcome to posh London. We've got some landmarks in the distance. We've got a very glitchy Gherkin. There we go, we've got Gherkin. We've got that building. This actually predates the Shard, so there's no Shard in the distance. Yeah, I've got a couple of skyscrapers that make up the city centre. There's St Paul's Cathedral. We've got a couple of buildings over there. Now passing through Newington. Not sure where Newtington is. Pass through Newington. And very shortly, we'll be arriving at our next station. Also, passing through Boleyn Road, so Boleyn Ground of West Ham, also not too far away from here as well. Although Boleyn Ground also now being a station that's been demolished, a stadium that's been demolished, and West Ham now play at the Elizabeth Park, the Olympic Stadium. Darston, Kingsland. £2 there from London Decker with Andre. Much appreciated, man. Much appreciated. Great stream. Keep it up. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. I'm sure that £2 will go right into buying a new route for Train Sim. Especially when the summer sale comes up. It's not too far away now. Yeah, absolutely. Gonna try and pack something up quite nice. There you go. Came in a bit late, but there's London Decking Travel with Andre. £2 through Super Chat. Thank you very much, man. Much appreciated. So, Great Shame for West Ham Old Ground has gone. Yeah, so it's been knocked down. They're going to build flats on top of it. Luxury apartments, and a small percentage being affordable apartments. Next station coming up, Hackney Downs. Hackney Downs on the other line, sorry. Next station for us. It's Hackney Central coming up. And there's a bridge there, and that connects to Hackney Downs, so it is an interchange station. It's possible to walk across the two areas. So the thing with London Overground, started service in 2006, taking over from the Silverlink services. All came under TfL control, and it actually forms a ring rail around London. So you have the M25 ring roads. You've also got the North and South Circular, which form the kind of central ring road as well. Although South Circular, you don't count as a ring road. North Circular, however, you do. And then you have the London Overground, which is the old Silverlink tracks, which form a loop around London as well. And so if you were to get a map of it, or geographically, you can see that in action as well. So if we head over to here, Hackney Downs, Hackney Central, this is where two more of the Overgrounds connect. It's quite an interesting system, the Overground, and since its operation has served London rather well. Perhaps not as high as TfL or the London Council had planned, but genuinely has brought a lot of life back into some of the older bits of London, some of the more left behind areas. I mean, Silverlink used to have the best on-time record of any UK railway, but the fact is, it was such an underused service anyway that for a train to be late, it'd be crazy. I mean, you go to say the Watford DC line Silverlink, that was one train an hour at peak, one train every 2 hours during off-peak. It was a horrible service. Absolutely nothing going through it. And so TfL taking it over certainly has brought it all to life. Welcome Homie Muffin, how are you doing? Welcome channel, welcome to the chat, how are you? Next station, Homerton. And stop. So, not too far to go now. Got 2 more Hackney stations. And then Stratford World Train will terminate. And we'll then bring the stream to an end. Please don't leave bags unattended. It's 12:10 at the moment in Train Sim World. Train Simulator. In the Train Simulator world. Is what I'm trying to say there, not Train Sim World. Yeah. Again, a very peaceful station, not much going on here, so it's more of a residential area. We've got a couple of gardens though, a few trampolines, very nice. Little patio as well. Thanks shout out, what are your thoughts on Flight Simulator 2020? I'm excited. I am definitely excited by the upcoming Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. It's going to be a game changer, that's for sure. It's going to set the benchmark for new sims, at least for scenery. We haven't seen the flight dynamics yet, but you never know. Flight dynamics could actually be terrible, but I think the graphics will kind of outweigh that regardless. Yeah, missed the ADO I said, didn't I? Yeah, for all we know. Hang on, just make sure that the alright, so let me reset the train. There we go. Yeah. Scenery wise, it's phenomenal. We've all seen the screenshots, we've all seen the few videos that Microsoft have released. When it comes to scenery, it's a game changer, nothing compares. When it comes to flight dynamics, we haven't really seen it yet, but from what people are saying, and people are seeing, then yeah, the flight dynamics are fantastic as well. But you never know. Once it releases, I'll get a chance to try it myself. I did play it at XO19, that was the game show run by Microsoft last year in London, but since then I've not really had a chance to kind of do much of it, not being part of the alpha myself, so we'll see. I'm excited for it though, and being a person who has flown real aircraft as well, you can check out some of my videos on that, flying the Icarus C-42 or even gliding back in March. Yeah, there's a lot that I certainly be excited about, and I hope that you guys are as well. As soon as it releases also, expect a plethora of videos on this channel. Welcome Forrest, sorry, how you doing? Welcome to the chats. Yeah, expect a plethora of videos as soon as that simulator comes out. Next station, Hackney Wick. Hackney brings memories of us in the old speedway track. That was to the left. Yes, there was one here, wasn't it? That was demolished quite a fair while ago now. So, over here, we've got the Olympic Stadium, now the home of West Ham United. Here's that thing, which is now the tallest commercial slide in the world, of all things. There's the velodrome. I think that's a velodrome, not the swimming pool. Possibly that is a swimming pool. And the velodrome is this construction site over here. London Decker Microsoft Flight Sim is Brill. Oh yeah, Microsoft Flight Sim, yes. Sorry, I read that wrong there. This door's closed. Yes. Right, 40 mph speed limits. Not too long to go now until we get to Stratford, and that's when this train terminates. Cut back the throttle since we now hit 40. Next station is Stratford, where this train terminates. All change please, and please remember your belongings when leaving the train. All change please. Down to 20 miles per hour, so we'll start coming back on the brakes again. Nice and slowly, well into the station, and bring our train to a halt. Stratford has always been quite a large station in East London, but until the Olympics, never had anything really going for it. It was forever an interchange station. You can change between Central Line to, well, DLR came a lot later. DLR started in the 1980s, but didn't come to this area until the Olympics were given the vote. But you had the Great East Main Line, you had Central Line, you had, there's another line as well that goes through here as well. You've also got the Stansted Express. You had all these services that used to come to Stratford, but until the Olympic site came in and actually transformed the area to what it is now, it was always just the massive train station outside of an old sewage treatment plant, actually. It was a sewage treatment plant and dump, a recycling centre. And now it's one of the biggest stations in the UK and one of the most services going through it. So now, oh yes, and also you had the original. It's now run by DLR and Jubilee, but it used to be another line, part of Silverlink, that went to London City Airport, alongside the original line. I need to look into what that one was called, but it is now being taken over by partially the Elizabeth line, partially the DLR, which runs on the original tracks. So a bit too shy there. Let's go right to the end of the platform. Oh, okay. Or you just end a quick scenario now. So have a quick look around. You can see all the different platforms and different directions trains can go. That's Central Line. Central Line's the middle platform. This one, isn't it? Don't see the tunnels though for it to enter. But yeah, welcome to Stratford anyway. Massive metropolis now. Shopping centres, you got train depots, you got everything you could ever ask for. And it is nice to always see a bit of London redeveloped. Brings some life in some areas that may not have seen the best bit of history. So, let's bring it back to the menu, shall we? DLR ran from Stratford to Island Gardens for the extensions, yes. So, that I think will be the end of that for today. That was a Class 3 on 3 along 2 of the Overground lines. That was the entirety of London, North London and Goblin lines. We also ran it on the Watford DC line, although sadly our train had derailed and unfortunately a good number of passengers were killed in a relatively violent crash, had we not fallen down the side of the embankments there. Yeah, next time, Drawyah, if there's a speed limit, please follow it, even if you are distracted by talking. Because as we all know, the train just out of nowhere started tilting to the sides, and it was too late for me to recover before we started coming crashing down. Well done. But hey, what can you say? Yeah, that was Train Simulator, sorry. That was the 3 on 3 across 2 of the Overground lines. We're going for just over 2 hours now, so I think for a Wednesday stream, that is more than enough. So thank you all very much for watching. Wish you a safe and pleasant rest of your week. Keep well, and talk to you later. Take care, and goodbye. And once again, thank you, London Decor and Travel, for the £2 donation as well. Take care, and bye-bye.